Hey, this is Lynn. Today is Weigh-In Monday, and so I'm here to report my results from the last week. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you are in the U.S. Um, Hope you did well over the Thanksgiving holiday. I know holidays can be a bit of a challenge. Got to share how I did over the holiday, and had a really good week. Couple things. Let's see. What did I do? Um, we had the previous weekend was the anniversary of when our youngest daughter Shay came to live with us, and every year she likes to go and do something for the anniversary. So we went and got pedicures, and we've been doing that on the anniversary. Is one of the things is pedicures, and so we got pedicures as a family. My husband, she brought her fiance for his first pedicure. That was a lot of fun. I did notice that last year when I had the pedicure, I filled up a lot more of that chair in the nail salon, and I had to it was kind of uncomfortable. Like I had a lot of hip pain at the time, and this was so much easier. And it was interesting because I'm always like the largest person in the room wherever I go. And there was actually a woman there getting a pedicure that was larger than me. And this time last year, that would not have been the case. I would have been probably at least her size, if not bigger. Man, I looked at her and I went, oh my gosh, I want to just share with you about the carnivore diet. But she was in the middle of her pedicure. And of course, that would be rude coming up and going, oh yeah, I noticed you're really overweight. Here, let me share something with you. Anyways, but man, it was tempting because I thought, I get it. I know what it's like to be the biggest person in the room and how hard that is. But, anyways, I got a holiday red for my toenails and we had a wonderful time. And then we went out to eat, and we went to this Mexican restaurant, and we've been there before and ordered just their meat. But it had been like June was the last time. And so they have this really just moist and tender big old skirt steak. And we ordered that. We ordered a burger, and I totally forgot. I mean, well, a burger patty. I totally forgot that they actually like have a glaze. I think it's actually a marinade on their steak. And it's like a pineapple juice based marinade. And it makes the steak really tender. But I totally forgot. I'm sure there was sugar in it. So, anyways, I was a little bit concerned. I mean, it was expensive, so I went ahead and ate it. I was concerned. I thought, oh, I hope this doesn't like throw me off track, but it didn't. Another thing that I did a little different this week, it was just because my husband really was like, please, can you please have coffee with me? And I hadn't had coffee since I started the lion diet, and it had been like 8 weeks. And he was just like wanting to bring me coffee in bed, and I said, okay, fine, I'll have coffee. So Sunday morning, I let him bring me coffee in bed. And of course, he put a bunch of uh, heavy whipping cream, which he whips up himself. And, he puts a few of my monk drops in it and to sweeten it up just a little bit. So that was like two things this week that I had that I normally wouldn't have. So I was kind of a little bit concerned. Now, the coffee, I had maybe a tiny little bit of indigestion. Um, and some rumbling in my gut. So I was like, this coffee's probably something that I shouldn't have. Um, but man, it did work as a gut stimulant. You know, that's one thing coffee does is coffee works as a gut stimulant. So if you're constipated, coffee can help. I can definitely say that it definitely did its job on me. I didn't have diarrhea or anything, but anyways, I did end up probably within an hour of having the coffee, ended up having a bowel movement. So anyways, I was just kind of a little nervous going into things today, not quite sure what would happen. Kind of a little bit of a runny nose. I think I got some allergies this time of the year with the leaves dropping and the different trees kind of going off and into their dormant phase of the year. I get a little bit of like eye burning and some allergies. Probably a lot of you have that. I don't think that that's like one of my mass activation things. I've had that allergy to some trees for a long time. Anyways, another thing that I did was a neighbor of mine invited me to a Facebook group that's for over 50, age 50 women for my county. And so I joined that. And I planned an event for Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. I called it Walk Off That Pumpkin Pie. And it was just a walk down this really pretty trail that has ponds and ducks, and it was really nice. And so there was like 7 of us that did that, and so I got to meet a bunch of new women, which was really great. Another thing that I scheduled is I love to go geocaching, and I haven't been able to do it because of my health and my weight. So I scheduled a geocaching event, and I put out there a post asking if anyone was interested, and there was a ton of women interested in going geocaching. To me, that is my favorite way of getting exercise, because I don't even realize I'm getting exercise. I'm out there hunting down these geocaches, and it's so fun that I end up walking further than I would, and I end up getting a lot of good exercise. And the weather is gorgeous. It's cold. It's like in the low 30s, but it is sunny and it's beautiful. And so tomorrow I'm going to teach some women who've never geocached how to geocache. We're going to go hunt down a couple of geocaches in a local park. So that'll be fun. Now I do, for my walk on Friday with the women, we walked about 1.5 miles. And for me, that's a lot more than I normally would walk. And it wasn't intense or anything. But it was a decent pace. And I did really well. I didn't have any pain. And my recovery I didn't even need to recover. I didn't have to go home and lay down. I was like super excited. Like, I had a busy day, and I had the stamina to deal with it, which it hasn't happened that much for me. So I feel like I'm kind of turning a corner when it comes to my energy and my stamina. So I'm super excited about that. Let's see, a couple other things. So I shared with you the geocaching. Something you don't know about me, and I haven't shared this, but when I went on medical leave, I was just unable to do anything. And I figured, well, I'm going to try to engage the creative part of my brain. And so I actually created coloring books. So I've got 3 coloring books on Amazon. And I ordered some new copies. So the first one here is a children's coloring book. This is my bestseller. And this is the back of it. All right, that I created. It's really cute. It's like all these little animals that are invited to a birthday party for the little child, and each animal has something to bring, and it's related to their own, like, who they are, So like the ants say, I brought my 100 closest friends to celebrate, So each page is like that. Anyways, I have this coloring book, so I've created that. And then I decided to try my hand at a couple of adult coloring books. So I have this one here called World of Butterflies, and I designed all the covers too. So World of Butterflies. I put this here as a stress management tool. But anyways, this is like just a bunch of butterfly coloring. So anyways, and then my third one, which was I love steampunk. My husband likes steampunk too. So I created this one called Brilliant Women of Steampunk, an adult coloring book. And so here's the back. So that's kind of what the pages look like. Anyways, so I've got those on Amazon. So anyways, if you're interested in some coloring books, the kids coloring book is really popular because it's just a fun, cute one for little kids. Anyways, if you're interested, let me know. I'm not into promoting myself, but I just was kind of excited when I got these. I hadn't ordered the 2 adult ones yet, these 2. And so this is the first time I actually ordered sample copies for myself, so it's pretty cool. But the other one I've had, and I give them out and stuff as gifts. And anyways, so I haven't been creating coloring books. I don't know. Maybe I'll get back into doing that because I really enjoy it, and I really like doing that. And I've got a few short stories as well, like true short stories on Amazon that I've written. So I do have a creative side, and even though I do have a science nerdy side, I do have a creative side. And then I crochet. I went to a crafting event Saturday afternoon, and crocheted, and it was really fun. Had a nice time. It had been a while since I crocheted. So okay, so that was my week. I had a really great week. Alrighty, I think that's it. Oh, we got our quarter cow too. That's right. We went and picked up our quarter. All right, we got our quarter cow. So Dave just loading in the car. We didn't bring any containers, so we've already filled up this bag. It's a gorgeous day. It's nice and sunny and warm. Well, not warm. Sunny, that's for sure. It's like 32 degrees.
Sausage?
I think that's all ground beef. We got enough ground beef. That's going to last us for a long time. And I had no clue how much freezer space I would need. I even had a little bit of a clue, but until you actually see it, you just don't know. But it fit beautifully in our upright freezer. We kind of move things around. We have a chest freezer and we have an upright freezer, and the upright freezer is bigger. And so we moved a bunch of like chicken and pork and stuff that I don't eat, but my daughter will eat, and filled up the chest freezer with those. And then that left the upright freezer for our cow, and our lamb is already in there. And it fit perfectly. So we have a freezer full of beef. And we did have some of the ground beef yesterday, made some burgers. It is really good. It's delicious. It's really tastes fresh. It's really quite good. So I'm pretty pleased about that as well. Okay, so that's it for my week. On to the results. So I had a great week as far as weight loss. And Thanksgiving, I didn't cheat. I had pot roast. That's it. I made a couple of the things for my husband. I made him some beef cups that has like in the muffin tins. I have the beef with just seasoning, and I put a little shredded cheese for him, and then an egg yolk, and I bake it for 30 minutes on like 400, and then I made him deviled eggs as well. And I didn't eat either of those, and then I made us a pot roast, and then so I had the pot roast, he had the three things, and so for the week my scale weight is down 3 pounds. My weight in, and I broke through the 290s. Yay! I'm now in the 280s. I'm so happy. I feel like I've broke through that set point, and I have not been in the 280s for, oh my gosh, I don't even remember how long. It's been so long. So I'm at 287.8, down 3 pounds. My fat-free body weight went up by a whole pound. So that means my actual fat loss for the week was 4 pounds over holiday. I'm like, seriously, I'm just so glad that I stuck to eating carnivore for Thanksgiving. I don't have any regrets at all. And, whatever desserts other, people were having, it's like, that's fine. But I didn't miss it at all. Like, I didn't feel like I was, depriving myself of anything. I actually felt so good about the fact that my gut felt good, and I was able to go out and take a walk without pain. I was able to do activities that I haven't done in a long time. And so I didn't feel like I missed out on anything. If anything, I gained freedom to do things that I wasn't able to do by not eating things that would make me have inflammation and pain. So I was thrilled about that. I gained 0.6 of muscle. Bone stayed the same. And so I guess the difference between the 0.6 and the 1 pound was I put on a little bit of water. But when I get to my totals, I'll share something interesting with you. So my totals since the beginning, my first weigh-in was May 31st of this year, 2023. The scale has me down 51.8 pounds. So I broke through that 50-pound barrier. But my fat-free body weight is up 19.8 pounds, so almost 20 pounds. So my total fat loss, actual fat, is 71.6 pounds. I broke over that 70 pound of fat loss. So I'm so excited, like unbelievable. Now here's the interesting thing, okay? So keep this number in mind. My total fat-free body weight has gone up. That's the good tissue. I've gained good tissue, 19.8 pounds. Now I know my water, I've been throwing there, well, I've got water going up, going down from week to week. But when I look at the totals, my total muscle gain plus my total bone pain is 19.8 pounds. It's the exact amount of that fat-free body weight since the beginning. So even though my water has fluctuated from week to week, overall, since the beginning, I have not gained or lost water. It is all muscle and bone. So those weekly fluctuations of up and down of water have had a net zero effect. So I know a lot of people say, well, you're losing weight and it's got to be water, especially at the beginning. Even from my very first weigh-in, it was not water. I know with a lot of other diets, that is the case. But from the very first weigh-in, it was not water. It was the good tissue, the muscle, and as time has gone on, bone as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. This carnivore diet is pretty incredible, and so far I'm having nothing but good results, so I don't see any reason to change anything I'm doing. I did add ghee back this week. I did fine with it. Obviously, didn't have any problems. My rosacea is still looking fine. I have a little bit, and I don't know what it's going to take to actually completely go away. Hopefully at some point it will. But, I look at my face a lot as an indicator of how I'm doing with the foods. And my gut, of course, and my gut has been fine with the ghee. My gut was fine with the fish. I did have some fish again this week. So I've got to have to figure out, am I going to add something again back to see how I do with another food? I don't know. I don't know anything I want to add, because I'm so happy with the way things are. So I don't know. If I do add something, it needs to be low histamine. But eggs caused a problem with my gut, so it may have just been the egg white. So I might try adding egg yolks. We'll see. I don't know. Last week I was pretty much like, it was easy to decide. I want to add ghee. This week I'm not so sure if I'm ready to add something back, because I'm really just content with where I'm at. Like, even with me eating fish, I crave beef. It's like my body wants. Looks like my screen froze. But anyways, I crave beef or lamb. And so even like on Thanksgiving Day, my daughter, she was just cooking for her and her fiance, because my husband and I were eating beef. And so she cooked a whole chicken instead of a turkey. And she injected it with ghee and she put a bunch of seasonings on it. But I struggle with chicken. And so she wanted me to try it. And so she gave me a piece of the chicken, and it was white meat. It was very moist, but almost like within a few minutes of eating it, I felt off. Me and chicken don't get along. I just felt like something was off in my body. I did have a little bit of throat swelling. So I don't know. I heard there's a difference between heirloom chicken and non-heirloom chicken. And it may be because of the crossbreeding between these varieties of chickens that would not normally breed. I heard that those are bred together by these ranchers to produce larger pieces, like larger chicken breasts and larger, more plump meat. But these are breeds of chickens that would not normally breed with each other and reproduce. And so I don't know if that creates problems. I just always get concerned when we're trying to manipulate nature to do things that nature would not do on its own. Like, is that really going to result in something healthy and nourishing for our bodies? I just feel like there's something off with the chicken. So I don't know, maybe at some point I'll try heirloom chicken and see if I have a better response. Back when I was eating more chicken, I did notice that sometimes it would cause my throat to swell and other times it didn't. So maybe that's why. Maybe it was heirloom chicken was fine and the other chicken wasn't. I don't know. Chicken is still a mystery to me. But anyways, that's it. I have I have a nice week planned. Tomorrow going geocaching. I'm just enjoying the sunshine. We do have rain in the forecast. This is Washington State, so yes, we are going to get rain. But right now we have some absolutely beautiful days. And so I hope that all of you are enjoying your end of November, had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and have some great plans coming up. And hopefully your weather's nice. You can get out and take some walks and have a nice enjoy the outdoors while we can before true winter sets in. Anyways, that's it for today. Have an absolutely wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video.